name's Julianne Richards and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southern Tasmania. Just bear with me for a minute while I check that everything's streaming properly. It's all coming through nicely and the volume is okay. And do the sharing. Apologies to the ladies over on my group. I forgot to share it to you last time. So anyway, we'll see how we go today. Here we go. So it's up there. Okay, sounds like the volume is okay. And while I'm there, I will share to group. Okay. Exciting times in the craft room at the moment. We've got some wonderful new products coming. And as you guys probably know, I've struggled a bit with the current mini catalogue, the holiday one. Some people love it. I've really struggled to use the products from it. They just didn't suit my style, didn't suit my taste. But the new catalogue, the upcoming mini catalogue, the January to April, has turned that around completely, and there are lots and lots of things there that I absolutely love, and hopefully you guys will as well. We have not only the catalogue coming with some brand new products, we also have Celebration. I do have a Celebration catalogue here somewhere, but I might have popped it away. We have the new catalogue coming. So if you've been a customer of mine over the last 12 months, you should get a complimentary catalogue in the post over the next couple of weeks. I've already ordered them to come directly to you. If you'd like one and you haven't bought from me before, please reach out and I'll pop one in the post to you. Keep in mind, though, that it does cost me to buy the catalogues and to post the catalogues. So if you could sort of be fairly sure that you wanted to place an order with me before you ask for it, that I would appreciate it. Doesn't have to be straight away, but over the next 3 or 4 months, it would be appreciated. Just as I say, money is a little bit tight, but I'd like to get this catalogue and the Celebration catalogue into your hands as quickly as I could. Okay, as I say, we've got Celebration, we've got the new mini catalogue, plus we've got a whole range of wonderful online exclusives. Now, like them or loathe them, this seems to be the way that Stampin' Up! Are going at the moment. The same of many companies. They're increasing their online offering. They're still producing their catalogues, and we're told that the catalogues will still continue to come out as they do 3 times a year, but the online exclusive offer is definitely increasing. And I know I've always say that I will not show you products that you cannot buy straight away. But in this case, I thought I would start showing you some of the online exclusives, because a lot of you have said that you struggle to try and find them and to see them. And I thought, well, if I show you some of the online exclusives that are coming up, you'll be able to add them to your wish list. You'll see what they look like. You'll be ready to go when they actually become available, rather than me trying to rush them all in together in videos early in January. So we'll have a look at some of the online exclusives. All these cards you'd be able to make quite comfortably with other dies and flowers that and images that you may have in your stash already. But if you absolutely love these online exclusives, it gives you the option to add them to a list and then ask me, when the time comes and they're released to the public, you can ask me for links if you struggle to find them. Anyway, that's my long-winded explanation as to why I'm going to start using some new online exclusives. Also, the reason is that I absolutely love all this new stuff and I want to show it to you as quickly as possible. And I am just about so over Christmas that I don't think I could make another Christmas card even if you paid me. Anyway, so there we are. Logic. That's my logic. January's Fun Fold class has been designed and I'm taking orders for that now. The theme for this month's class is tri-fold cards, or yes, cards with 3 folds. And here they are, except this one's missing its belly band. Because tri-fold cards, oh no, there it is. Tri-fold cards tend to get really, really thick because they've got 3 folds. So both of these, or 2 of these, have got belly bands. So tri-fold cards, we've got a tri-fold shutter. Here we are, so a shutter card. I will cut all that for you. Don't worry too much. You don't have to worry too much about the scoring. I will cut and score it for you. Then we have a tri-fold angled front card. I think this is my favourite actually. There, that one there, so that nice angled front there, and also has a belly band. Now I have used the ephemera to decorate mine. I'll give you sentiment boxes and all those sorts of things so you can decorate them your own way. But if you've got the ephemera, you might like to use that the same as I have as well. It's not included in the price of your kit, for sale separately. And this one, I seem to remember it was a W fold pop out, so 3 folds. There you go. So that one there as well. So that's the 3 cards with a little belly band there with some sailing boats. That's the 3 cards for my January fun fold. If you're in my VIP club, you'll get those automatically. But if you'd like to order those as a casual member, that's available as well. So check my Facebook page for details of that very, very soon. Okay, and I've also released details of my online launch for the new catalogue. If you're interested in that, please pop over to my Facebook page as well. I won't pop details of that up in here just at the moment. It's a fair way away. Okay, so these are the 2 cards. I'm going to make 2 cards. I always get myself into a terrible dither when I try and make 2 cards at the same time. This time I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I'm going to try and make both of these cards at the same time, so concurrently to each other. So we are using, and I will show you what we're using, the online exclusives are soon to come. The main star of the show is the Everyday Arches stamp set. So that's it there. So it's got these really cute sentiments that pop around in an arch shape, and it's also got some so it's got all these little, so sort of, you know you are loved, reach for the stars, you are a ray of sunshine, you are simply fantastic. It's got some other little sentiments that you can pop in the centre of those, and some little images as well, some aeroplanes, a balloon and some birds, because it's all this sort of sky type themes there. It comes with some dies. Now the dies are the star of the show. I just dropped something on the floor. I hope it wasn't important. The dies are the star of the show, and you get arches. There you go. So you get quite a few arches there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 arches of varying sizes. The biggest one is pretty much the size of a card, and I made one, I whipped something up real quick just as an experiment to show you. I'll show you that in a while. So the arches are there, so 10 arches. I reckon if you love that, you could probably get, I don't want to say this, but you could probably get away with just the arches if you like them and just use them for, general card making. But I do think having the little arch-shaped sentiments is very, very cool as well. That and the stamp set and the die bundle, you can get them in a suite. And if you buy them as a suite, they come with some little wonderful extras. You get the Everyday Skies Designer Series paper. I always love these ones with the beautiful landscapes, in this case skyscapes there. So there's day and night, clouds, and there's a couple with stars as well, which are really, really nice. So sort of night sky, day sky type Designer Series paper. So it's a 6x6. And you get these gorgeous bling. They're the 2-tone sparkle gems. They are gorgeous. So that comes with the suite, and you get a really nice white woven ribbon as well, which I haven't even opened yet, but it's a nice sized ribbon. I'm sure it will be gorgeous. So as I say, these things have only just arrived in my craft room in pre-order. So the bundle, the paper, the bling and the ribbon is all in the suite if that's the way you decide to go. But as I say, the bundle is available on its own also, or will be from the 7th of January. Okay, the other thing I'm using, the beautiful flowers. We saw a sneak peek of this one last week when I used it on another image. I used this one here with the tulips on a card last week. I'm going to use these little bouquet of daisies today, the mixed florals. Again, comes with the stamp set, comes with the dies. No sentiments in this one, so you can use your own or get the complimentary bundle that's going to start at the same time. So that's what I'm using for my flower, and I'm just using some ink and some blends and some Yeah, and a blending brush. But let's get started and I'll show you how to make these. There is no stamp that produces that little line that I've popped there. You can see that sort of completes the arch there. I'll show you how I've done that. It's fairly simple, but I think it really adds to the card. There we go. So let's have a little bo peep how we start. As I say, 2 cards at once. Drum roll, please. So I've got 2 card bases. My normal size card bases are 5.5 by 4 1/8. Somebody said to me the other day, why do I cut my cardstock down to 5.5, which means I have little end pieces left. And I struggled to remember why I started doing that. I suppose it was how I learnt when I was watching other people's videos. They were mostly Americans who have the 5.5 inch card. And then I sort of thought about it afterwards when I work in inches, and it's far easier to go 5.5, 5 1/4, 5 when you're talking about layers. Whereas if I took it out to, I think it's 5 7/8 or something is half a sheet of A4. It makes it really difficult because then your layers are 5 7/8, 5 5/8, 5 it just gets, I hate the eighths of things. It's much easier to work in quarters. So that's the reason I think deep down I actually started using 5.5 inch card bases, just because it's easier with the layers. Okay, so I've got 2 more pieces of white and they are smaller. So that's where I'm going to be doing our stamping, and 2 slightly larger ones. So not quite as large as the card base, but larger than the little inside layer. That's for the outside. So this is where our arches are going to be cut, because I'm going to pop our arches up a wee bit. You can see they're on dimensionals there. Now, if you were brave, you could probably get rid of this inside layer and just do the stamping straight on the card base, but I'm not that brave, so we're going to actually do it separately. So these are the 2 pieces I need to start with. They're the sort of smallest of the 3 of the 2 layers there, so we'll start with those. Now, what I'm going to do is grab the Know You Are Loved and Simply Fantastic stamps from the Arches stamp set. So this is the You Are Simply Fantastic. So we've got that on there already. We might as well make a start. Oh no, hang on. Rewind, Julianne. Rewind. We're not going to do that first. We're going to do the archways first, because then I know, apologies, just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. We're going to start with the archways first, because then I'll know the positioning of my stamping, and that's important that I get my stamping in the right place. So we'll have a look at our cutting our arches first. So let's get that in. So for one of them, the big one, the You Are Simply Fantastic, I'm going to use one of the really large ones. I'm just checking I'm using the right one. No, not quite that one. Is it this one? Okay, so for that one I'm using this one. That's like the 3rd from largest. And the next one, the You Are Loved, is the next one down. Yeah. So that's the 3rd from largest, and this is the 4th from largest. I'm just going to cut those out. So from these, I'll grab my machine. Now, the good thing is with these, when you cut them, I suppose you've got leftover arches that you can use for backings. You can use for, lots of things. So nothing's ever wasted. Okay, so this is, can't remember which one. I think it's the bigger one. And I'm going to central it on the piece of cardstock. I'll just move that so you can see. Just pop it there. So it's the same sort of distance top and bottom. And pop that through. I hope everyone's having a lovely day. It's raining horribly here at the moment, and we're supposed to be going to a local vineyard to celebrate my eldest's 30th birthday. So I'm hoping against hope that the weather forecast is right and it will actually stop raining. Around lunchtime would be nice. Thank you, the weather gods. Because it's going to be a soggy old, what's the word? vineyard visit if it doesn't stop. I think we've got undercover, but I'm not quite sure that it's going to keep us from getting quite soggy. Anyway, we'll see. See how we go. It's not actually his birthday till during the week, so if we have to make plan B, we've got a little bit of room. Yes, I can't believe our eldest is 30. Though somebody said to me the other day it's going to be a real opener when my youngest is 30, and that's really makes me old. Anyway, hopefully the youngest is coming down from Launceston to be with his brother today, so hopefully the weather does behave itself a bit. Anyway, all good. Okay, so that's both of those archways cut. I'll pop that down there just in case we need it again. I don't think we do. So we've got that one, which is the smaller of the two, and that one, which is the larger of the two. So there we are. So that's those two there. I'll pop those away. I'm going to get myself terribly. I always know that I shouldn't make 2 cards at a time, but I always do, don't I? Okay, so now let's bring in these, which is our smaller of the 2 pieces of cardstock. We're going to pop that over there, pop that over there, and as I say now, I'm going to know where to stamp my sentiment. So I'll pop that there, I'll put them roughly in line with each other. Now, if you were brave, you could just bring those stamps in now and stamp them there. That's totally cool if you're brave. I'm not being brave today. I'm going to bring in my pencil, which I know I had yesterday. Yep, I had my pencil yesterday. Pop those 2 again. You moved. Pop them like that. And I'm just going to put a very light pencil mark just around where the archway is, just so I know where to stamp. There we are. Okay, so there we are. We have very, 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 very fine pencil marks there, and I bring my eraser in very soon and take those out. So this one here, you are simply fantastic. It's actually the larger, no. Yep, it's the larger of the 2, so that's this one on the right. I'll stamp that one first. Next time I say I'm going to make 2 cards at the same time, if you're on, basically remind me that it's a very bad idea. Okay, so I'm lining up that stamp with my pencil mark that I made, so I know it's sort of in the right way, and stamp it. There we are. So you are simply fantastic. So that's the first one. The second one is the You Are Loved. Let's hope I put it back in the box. Yes, I did. No, You Are Loved. I'll pop that off there. Now, I want to make sure it takes its natural arch, so I pop it, just loosely pop it onto the glass mat, and then I know it's sort of going to just fall naturally and not be distorted by me, and then I'll pop it on the block like that, and I know that that's the right circle circumference or whatever. Black again, so I'll bring in the smaller of the 2 archways because that's the how we wrote it on. I'll try and line that up so it's sort of even. It's a bit hard when you can't get over the top of your work when we're going on videos. That's a little bit off one side, but that's okay. So Know That You Are Loved is the second one. Okay, now getting some colour onto these is, and is going to be easy because I'm going to use my blending brushes. So I've got my yellow blending brush there and my Daffodil Delight ink, and I'm going to pop some colour. So I want to gradient the colour from really, really dark down the bottom to sort of lighter at the top. And I'm going to make sure that they're dry so I don't smudge them. Sort of probably done it. You'd probably say, Julianne, you should have done your inking first, and that's normally I would. I'd do my blending first, but then I would lose my pencil mark, and I wanted to make sure that my stamping was in the right place. So there is often, not always, there's a method to my madness. We should rub that line off first, or it's going to be trapped under the ink. I'm going to just rub that line off. There we are. So as I say, I want it dark, so I'll go over the bottom again and again and again, and then work my way up so that it's really dark down here, but then gets lighter and lighter as we get further up. There we are. So that's the first one. Okay, and I might give that a little bit of a clean so I don't get ink everywhere. What's my... Just get rid of a little bit of that. Okay, so the next one, rubber mark off. Again, I'm just going to do it in yellow. I wondered about changing the colour, but I thought, no, the yellow is bright and happy and goes really well with the flowers. So my yellow might need re-inking. Okay, so that's our second one. I know that's not quite as dark down there, but that'll do. There we are. Okay, so that's our second one. I just love that sort of motley colour that you get from the sponging, which is really, really nice. So there's our two coloured panels. Okay, so we're going to pop those little lines on things. Now, I saw a card on a stamp set online from a different company that actually had the line that you see I've drawn there included as part of the stamp, and I really, really liked it, but obviously ours doesn't have that. So I thought, how can I do that and make it look as good as this other company's stamp? So what I decided was muck around with these are the dies, so the smaller sized dies. Now if you pop the die on there, you can see that it follows the line of my sentiment really, really closely, which is really, really nice. So what I can do is just grab my writing marker, my black write marker, Stampin' Write marker, pop it on there, and then just follow the edge, the inner edge of the die, and that's going to give me that lovely border. I'll make sure it's straightish, central-ish. Let's do that. Just making sure that it is the right one. Maybe I need to go up one. Apologies. I'll just check that the bigger one isn't a better fit. Actually, yeah, that's probably a better fit. I'm going to go draw around the centre of that. So let's just make sure that's okay. And I'm as I say, just using my right marker, just follow the inside of that went a bit funny there. There. So I've completed that really cool little archway there with the sentiment. So that's that one. So that was the 4th or 5th one that I've used for that. Let's do this other one, which probably got this one is probably right for that. Yep, this is the right size for that one. Again, as you can see, it follows the line of the sentiment really, really nicely. So if I can pop that on there, make sure it's sort of straight in relation to the paper. And continue that line just around. There we are. Now, if you're very, very clever and very, very steady with your hand, you could probably do that by hand, but, you know, hey, I thought it was a good way to use the dies. So we've completed those little archways there, and I think that really adds to the design, or I wouldn't have bothered doing it, as you know. Okay, so there's both our sort of little panels there. What we're going to do is now glue those to our card bases. I think I've got the hard bit of the cards outdone. I think could just get harder as we go, but anyway. Sometimes the hardest part is just to get the glue to come out. There's my little sticky pokey thing. There's you, sticky pokey thing. Find my sticky pokey thing. Just to get that to unclog. There we go. Let's see. Whatever's in there will probably come back out to get me again. Come on, dude. I don't want to not use this glue, because it's a nice full one. So let's pop that through there. Come on. Whatever it is, unstick. There we go. Oh, look, there was a big gloggy bit there. That's why it didn't come out. No more fingers today, or thumbs. Come on, go on. There we are. Okay. If you're watching this in replay, you can actually scroll through a lot of my mucking about. Just scroll through. If you've watched me before, you realise that things never go exactly to plan. Okay, so we've got that one on there. And the other one on there. Now I'm going to bring in those pretty archways that we cut. Archways, wherever they got to. Where did you get to? Here. So there's the bigger one. And hopefully this is the smaller one. Yep. Okay, and as mentioned previously, I'm going to pop these up on dimensionals. Just want to find the lid to my glue. Put that over there. Okay, so we're going to pop those up on dimensionals just to give that archway the look that it's actually out the front of its, out the front of the scene, so to speak. I think my eldest son the weather has given him, it's giving him traumas, because he knows we've got to head to this vineyard very soon. He keeps messaging me saying, "Mum, the weather's bad. Mum, the weather's bad." I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. I mean, I'm good, but I'm not good enough to fix the weather. I don't know what he's expecting me to say. We'll see. Still got what? What have we got? 2 hours till lunchtime. So We need the weather to turn around in the next 2 hours. I might give the venue a bit of a ring and make sure we have some cover available to us. Okay, so this one pops on here. So it's going to cover the edges of our little blended panel. So you're not going to see any of the yellow, just a little bit, and a little bit of card base around the edge as well. That's that one. And now this one. I think he's just concerned because his brother's driving down from Launceston, which is 2 hours, 2.5, maybe 2.25 if Sammy drives the way he normally drives. I think he just doesn't want his brother to make the trip for nothing. Okay, so the edges of this, because this is the larger of the two, the edges are not quite big enough for a big dimensional, so I'm going to swap to some little ones. I can find some. Yes, here's some. There we go. It does sound like the rain is getting worse through my window. Okay. It's nice to have some rain. I did actually water all the vegetables and garden yesterday. We have had a fair bit the last week, on and off. Okay, exciting times. Julianne's talking about the weather. Okay, so this one goes on there. There we are. Okay, so that's our second one there. So that's our two archways there, and our beautiful sentiment there as well. Okay, so the flower that I've used in both of those, as I say, that comes from another upcoming online exclusive, the mixed floral. So you saw a sneak peek of that last week because I used this, or had a sample using this tulipy one. We're actually going to use the daisy this time. I have stamped and die cut the daisy from both of them. So I've got one that I've already done. So that one's going to pop on there. I'll just show you the colours I've used to quickly colour the second one. The little daisy centres, the stamen or whatever it is, I've used my right marker, my crushed curry right marker, only because I don't think there's a blend. I could be wrong, and I just haven't got it, but I thought I had all the blends and I couldn't see a crushed curry one, so I went to my right marker. The dark part of the leaves, I'm going to use a combination of dark Daffodil Delight and light Daffodil Delight, obviously. I'm just going to make it darker up towards the centre. And then I'll blend it in with the light towards the end. I'm not going to go too mad here, not going to use colours, more colours than two. Just going to go light, purely light and dark. Little circular movements to blend them together. I think this would go lovely with the watercolour pencils as well. So, yeah. I actually got a watercolour pencil class tomorrow here. I think I've still got, and you know, I know it's last minute, but I've still got a couple of places fit another couple of ladies in if you're in the southern Tasmania area and you'd like to do a watercolour pencil class. But I'd need to know today if that's you. So there's our first daisy, a little one down here. There we are. That's really nice. And the greenery, the leaves and the stems. Got my granny apple green. I'm just going to use the dark one for the stems and the leaves. And the little buds, little flowers, I'm just going to use my light Flirty Flamingo. Very simple, very plain colouring in there. Nothing too fancy schmancy. There we are. Okay, so we've got our second daisy bouquet there. Okay, so we're going to pop them on the cards. So, yeah, same card sort of, isn't it really? Sort of a different theme, but same card. The first one, this is a bigger area. I'm going to pop the flower off to the side. So it just taps on the end there, and you can just see the sea of the fantastic sort of curl in and around that. So it's just big enough. If you were worried about that, you could probably chop that little flower off if you were worried about that sort of overlapping too much. But I'm just going to pop that on there as well. So I'm going to pop a couple of dimensionals on the back of him. Just on the pokey outy bits. There will be a couple of bits that are on the edge, so I'll pop some glue on those once I pop this down. And the second one, I'm going to pop that just smack bang in the middle there. So just so it comes up under the You Are Loved. Now it's too long, so therefore I'm going to have to chop a wee bit of its tail off, the stem. Chop that off at about there. And then I'm going to completely remove that bottom leaf. So just cutting it off completely, so like it doesn't exist. There we go. It's a little bit low, so I'll just chop that off completely. Then that will fit nicely at the bottom of the card, and I can move the flower around a wee bit so that it fits up in there. So that's what just get rid of that so it doesn't overhang too much and it doesn't look like you've just chopped off the bottom of the flower, which I sort of have. Again, I'm going to grab some dimensionals. On the back. Now I do have that card that I've made with the arches to show you, so hang around. If you think you've seen these finished, you probably have. Hang around for a few seconds and I'll show you the card I made purely with the archways. Not overly happy with how I've decorated it, but I think the decoration was really secondary to being able to do an archway card with the dies. There we are. So there's our second one, like that. So you are simply fantastic and you are loved. Now, I thought this was a little bit plain off to the side there. So there are these cute, and I've got to find him. He's blocked up already somewhere here. Here he is. In the mixed florals, there are these cute little, what are they? Ladybugs. So I thought I'm just going to pop a couple of little black ladybugs straight onto the background. Just to fill in a little bit of space. There we are. Just a couple of little ladybugs there and some bling. Now, I don't know that the bling that comes with the suite is overly the right colours, what I'm trying to go for here. No, I don't think so. So I might just stick with some of our lovely iridescent faceted gems. Pop that around as well. That's that one. And there we are as well. So there we are. So that's our two cards. As I say, upcoming online exclusives become available to customers on the 7th of January. If you absolutely love, and you can't live without them, you could always get them as part of a starter kit. If you joined my team over the next month, you can put pre-order items into your starter kit if that's what you'd like to do. If you can't wait till the 7th of January, which to be honest I don't think I could, yeah, you can get them earlier as part of your starter kit. Okay, so there's our two cards today, two cards today. Hope you like those. I'll show you just this quick little sneak peek. When I saw this largest of the dies, the largest of the arch dies, I thought that's big enough to be a card all on its own. So I thought, well, I wonder if I could make it a card all on its own. And I came up with this. And as I say, I'm not overly sure that I like the way I've decorated it. It probably could be decorated slightly different, but I just wanted to show you. I've cut the arches out of a whole piece of black A4 cardstock and cut them in one piece. So I've actually folded the piece of cardstock three times, cut it with the dies, but having the edges slightly overlapping so it doesn't cut them apart. So that's the trick there. Once I'm happy with the decoration, I'll make one from scratch and show you how to do it. So you can just, if you overhang the edge so it doesn't cut and you do it with the three folds, you actually get a really cute archway card like that, a sort of a fold, sort of an accordion one, I suppose. Yeah, so I've made that, and I've used that gorgeous skies, everyday skies paper to do that as well, because I think it looks like you're looking through an archway, doesn't it? Through at the sky. So yeah, so that I thought was pretty cute, and I will develop that idea further as we go. So anyway, so we'll see that one. But anyway, as you can see, these arches are going to be an absolute boon for the card, for the craft room. Hopefully they'll bring them back in the catalogue. That would be really, really nice. So yeah, lots of people buy them and hopefully they'll stay with us for a lot longer. But anyway, so that is my Everyday Arches cards. So you've got both of the little flowers with our mixed flora, and then you've got that sort of tri-fold card there that I've had a bit of an experiment with, but will continue to play with as a concept. There you go. So hopefully you've enjoyed that today. I will pop off now and get ready to hopefully, fingers crossed, go to my son's birthday party. we'll see what happens. I might give the venue a ring and make sure we're going to be okay, even if this rain continues. But anyway, love to have you all with me today. I'm really, really pleased that you stayed with me today, and hope you enjoy those cards. As I say, online exclusives will be available from the 7th of January or beforehand if you'd like to join my team. And we'll continue. There are a few other suites and bundles in that online exclusives offer that I'd like to show you, just so you know what's coming. And if you see something you like, you can reach out and I will send you a link. If you're one of the many of us that have trouble finding those online exclusives. Okay,